Very good morning to all. Today we are going to discuss about the topic arrays. Under this topic, we are going to discuss about the basic idea behind an array and the various types of arrays. And we are going to learn about array declaration. And then you can able to understand how an array can be initialized. And then we'll see the indexing of one-dimensional array. And then we can have some examples for real-time applications, and we'll have one simple program for understanding. Basically, an array is a contiguous memory allocation. It means that the memory can be reserved for an array in a contiguous manner. Contiguous means continuous memory. So inside our memory location, there are some memory addresses will be assigned for a memory in a sequence manner. So an array is basically a static or it may be dynamic. So a programmer can declare an array either by using static array declaration, or they can also use dynamically with the help of alloc or malloc functions. So contiguous memory allocation can have the base address, which is the starting address of the memory. So here you can see the contiguous memory allocation of an array. So here it takes the fixed size of sequential collection of elements of same type. So all the elements are same, and then it takes a specific elements in an array which accessed by an index. You can see here the lowest index of an array is 0, and the highest array of an index is n minus 1. According to this example, we have 6 elements, so 6 minus 1, it will be 5. So there are two types of arrays. Either it may be single one-dimensional array or multi-dimensional array. So single one-dimensional array is basically called a linear array, or you can say 1D array. Here you can have a list of values of same data type. Arrays are used to store the low values, and also here it is arranged in a linear form. You can see how an array can be declared. In this syntax, we have a data type and then array name, and within square bracket, we should mention the size of an array. An example given here for integer array for 20 contiguous memory allocations in the name of TDNO. And a single one-dimensional array can also be initialized just like a variable. So first data type, an array name, and the size, and then equal symbol within braces. You can mention the number of values. So look at the example here for an integer array having 5 elements are initialized by 5 different values of student marks. So even you can declare an array with a string, but at the time of string, you can specify the size as an empty. So which will automatically takes the number of elements based on the number of values. While you are accessing the data elements from an array, the index value has to be used. So the index value should be enclosed by square bracket, and through which we can identify the memory location. So the compiler can take the index for its identification in a memory. So here you can see the array name and index value takes the identification of a memory. And we have many applications where we can use array. Basically an array which can able to store the same elements. Here you can see we have an integer array with 30 elements, but I am using only 5 data elements with different values. So the advantage is that there are fixed number of elements given. Out of 30, I have used only 5. So the remaining 25 will be wasted. So array is basically used for maintaining multiple variable names using single name. Here you can see we have 5 different variables for the purpose of storing roll numbers. So instead of having different variables in a different name, you can go with array. It will be an easiest task. Array can also be used for storing the elements for doing some sorting applications, just like bubble chart, insertion chart, selection chart, and bucket chart can also be implemented using an array. Array can also be used for matrix operation. So if we have declared 2D array where we can perform the matrix addition, subtraction, and multiplication easily. And also array can also be used for CPU scheduling, where we can do queue, or we can manage the allocation process easily during the runtime. Array can also be used for recursive functions. In a recursive function, a function can call by itself. So we can maintain a stack with the help of array easily. And here I have an example which shows how to use an array with the help of various data elements. So first I have declared a mark array with 5 elements, and the array is accessed one by one with the help of for loop. And once the value has been stored in it, the marks has been accessed one by one, and which will be added in one location as sum. And then we have identified what is the average value of those sum. So here the user will enter the value as 5. So 5 subjects values will be entered one by one, and then it will be added. Then finally the result is average mark of 40. Thank you to all.